adipose tissue, and this is quite easy to recognize in your histology slides because there's very little extracellular matrix. What you see are these big globs of white looking cells. White adipose tissue is the most abundant. However, it can appear yellow sometimes, and that's because of carotene and other related pigments from plant food. Now, white fat is the one responsible for lipid storage and really serves as insulation from cold temperatures, but also mechanical injuries. So it has a very cushioning sort of property. Now it can be found in areas like especially your kidneys in the back to protect them, back of your eye, for example. But there's also something called brown adipose tissue, which is very common in infants, right? That's, when they talk about a baby being, having these rolls, they have a lot of brown adipose tissue. And the reason is that brown adipose tissue plays a big role in metabolism, and it is very thermogenic. So it's actually a protective quality for an infant. And being thermogenic means that as it breaks down fat, it releases metabolic heat, right? So you don't have to rely just on ATP. This is a nice alternative. Also, brown adipose tissue is still present in adults. It's just very little. You'll find it in the neck and clavicular, can't say that word, regions of the body. All right, now let's look at areolar tissue. And areolar tissue shows little specialization. It basically has all the cell types, and it has fibers, but they're just distributed very sort of randomly and haphazardly. Like, I think of it like as a Pollock painting. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's really just very random and haphazard, right? And it somewhat looks like this web-like fashion. And what it does, it fills spaces between muscle fibers, it surrounds blood or lymph vessels, and it supports organs in the abdominal cavity, basically. And the other thing it does, it underlies most epithelial cells and represents like the connective tissue component of epithelial membranes. Remember we talked about apical and basal, that sort of thing. Anyway, the next group is going to be reticular, and reticular comes from the Latin term reticulus, which basically means a little net. So it looks like this net that has been sort of thrown, and this is a very supportive, like mesh-like framework, and it's for soft organs.